how the operations are performed inside the CPU, we will see. So inside CPU we have registers, decoders and bus, and we perform different operations. So assembly language instruction, any operation is performed inside using fetch. So this is a fetch operation which fetches the contents from the memory, and then it loads into the decoder. So decoder will decode the assembly code, and based on the decoding some operations is going to perform inside the ALU. Then after, as a ALU will store a result in the register. Now the next is the division operation. So here you can see this is data is fetched from the memory and into the decoder. Decoder has decoded the division operation, and then the contents from the register is transferred inside the ALU. Now ALU will perform the division operation and produces the output. Now that whatever the output produced by the that it is stored back inside another register, right? So this is the basic instruction cycle for any process. Now this is our storage operation, how the storage operation happens. So from memory we have fetched the contents into the decoder. Decoder has decoded the instruction, and then whatever the content of the register is there, it is stored in the our memory. So this is our different operations which follows the fetch, decode, execute and store. This cycle is followed. Now we will see the some different peripheral devices available inside our computer. So basically two type of devices, input devices and output devices we use, right? So in the input devices we use keyboard, mouse, scanner, microphone, web camera, etc., etc. And in the output devices we use monitor, printer, speaker, plotter and many other output devices are there which we will see, but these are the general devices we use in our routine life. Now the next is our keyboard. So keyboard is the most common input device. Without keyboard it is not possible we can perform operations. So the keyboard is used basically to type the information into the computer or for the input of information. Now generally standard any standard keyboard has 104 keys, and mainly many keyboard layouts are available, but all of those keyboard layouts we generally prefers the QWERTY keyboard in our day-to-day life. Now some of the keys have a special use on our keyboard. So these keys are referred as a command keys, and the example of this type of keys are control key, alter key and shift key. Okay, so when on the keyboard we have on some keys we have multiple characters, so we can use both of them using shift key. So shift will be helpful there. Now control are generally used to issue any command. We will use the control key for using any shortcut key inside any program, and alter will alter something. Now this is a layout of keyboard, how the when we press any key what process is followed and what happens and how it displays the output. So this is the whole process. Here our keys are there. Inside the keyboard we have some key matrix, and that key matrix is attached with the IC of keyboard. Now that IC is attached with the buffer. So when we press any key, first of all it is stored inside the buffer of our keyboard. Now after the buffer, it follows the our cable, and then which is attached to our CPU. So in our CPU, on the motherboard we have BIOS. So BIOS identifies the key code which is in ASCII code, and it matches particular match into the scan code table which is available inside the BIOS. Now by matching the whatever key has been pressed with the scan code, we have the particular match of that key code, and then from the BIOS that scanned key code is stored inside our RAM, and from the RAM finally it is displayed on our monitor. So how this happens we will see by one illustration. Here you can see this path is to be followed when we press any key. So here we have press A. So the A is first of all press, and the code is transferred to the chip of our keyboard, then stored inside our buffer, and then scan code is matched from the BIOS, and it is stored inside the RAM, and finally it is displayed on the monitor. Now the next our input device is mouse. So mouse is an electromechanical handheld device we will use as a pointer inside our system, and mouse can perform functions such as selecting menus, commands, then moving icons, resizing windows, starting programs, and choosing different options which is available on our windows. So basically a mouse is useful for our GUI operating system. Earlier we were using the command line version, so in that there is no need of mouse, but when we launch the concept of window based programming, then the mouse is necessary for performing any Windows based operation. How mouse will help us? So mouse will replace hard to remember key combinations with easier point and click actions. Earlier we were using the keyboard by pressing some different key combination, we can perform the different operations, but these key combinations are hard to remember as compared to point and click actions of our mouse. Now the next input device is the scanner. So scanner is a device which is used for the automatic data collection. So the device of this category completely eliminate the manual input of data. When we use keyboard, so for the input of data we have to manually type the particular content using the keyboard, while scanner completely eliminates this manual input. We have basically different types of scanner. For image scanner is there, then optical character recognition device is there, then optical mark reader is there. So all of these scanner examples are of different types. So an image scanner which translates the printed image into an electronic format, which we store in our computer's memory, and then later on we use the particular software to modify that particular image. So the scanner is basic image scanner is basically used to scan our photographs, and then we use that scanned photographs for our various purposes. Now the next example is our barcode reader. So in our many places such as shopping malls or in libraries, we use this barcode reader. So barcode reader is not a special type of scanner, but it is a one type of special case of our image scanner. Basically a barcode will read a image which is printed in form of barcode. Now the next example of scanner is a optical character recognition. So earlier we have seen that image scanner, so operation is to convert an photograph into an electronic format, while this optical character reader what performs that it just convert particular image into the text. Okay, so whatever the text written in our image, optical character recognition device will convert it into text. Now the next is our OMR, that is optical mark reader. So nowadays any objective exams are going to be there, they use this technology, OMR technology, in which we have to give the answer by filling the bubbles with the pen or pencil, and then they will read that bubbles by the OMR, and we will give the exam using OMR sheet. So then our OMR sheets will be scanned by this OMR to produce a result fastly, and accurate result will be produced. Now the next input device is a microphone. So microphone is an input device which takes the human voice as an input. We generally use a microphone for recording our voice, or either for the voice chat during the internet surfing, or for calling our friend who is online. Now the next input device is a web camera. So a web camera is an input device which takes the input in form of images and video. Different input device grabs the input in different format. So and generally we use the web camera for video chatting purposes or for hangout purposes in Google Plus. So now the next category of peripheral devices is our output devices. So first of all the most basic output devices is monitor. So all the people will interact with this most intensively than any other devices. So monitor is the devices which is most intensively used by the people. Computer information is displayed visually with a video adapter card and monitor. So a monitor is attached with the video adapter card, and any information first is provided to that video card, and from that video card our monitor will receive the signals. So video card will send the signals in an electronic format, but monitor will convert that electronic signals into the visual signals by some process. Now the next output device is our printer. So printer provides output in a printed format. So when we prepare a document on our computer system, we can take the hard copy using a printer. Some printers have some special features such as color printing and large page format. Different printers supports some predefined page size, and some supports regular page sizes, and some supports extra large page formats as per its capacity. Okay, and some of the most basically used printers are listed here. First is laser printer, the next category is inkjet printer, and the dot matrix printer. So in these three printer we can categorize it using the based on the technique. So we can classify them in either impact printer or non-impact printer. So if we talk about the impact printer, then dot matrix printer comes into that category, while laser printer and inkjet printer is a non-impact printer. So laser printer is a faster compared to all of the two, and laser printer we can print different type of pages based on the different model of laser printer. Then inkjet printer. So inkjet printer is a middle level printer in between the laser printer and dot matrix printer. Inkjet printer uses the ink spray technology, which is sprayed on our paper, and inkjet printers are a low cost solution nowadays. Then the next category is a dot matrix printer. So dot matrix printer is an impact printer. We can take multiple copies at a time, so we can have the advantage of that impact. But dot matrix printer is a very slow printer, and we have very much noise when we print the dot matrix. Now the next output device is a plotter. So plotter is a special kind of output device like a printer, which produces the images on the paper, but it differs in the different way from the printer. So plotters are generally used to produce the large drawings such as construction plan for building or the blueprints of mechanical objects. And our last output device is speaker. So speaker allows you to listen music and conversation with other people. So we use speakers to listen music in our routine life. Now by this illustration you can see the different devices such as monitor, keyboard, speaker, mic, web camera, mouse, then scanner and printer. All of the device which we